I usually preface this by saying, now for something completely different. One of the things I've been interested in the last few years is something called transgressive fiction. Transgressive fiction is that fiction that has something in it to offend everybody. Nobody likes it. This is from a novel called The Madman. One of the best ways to write transgressive fiction, I have always found, is to sit very quietly someplace like on a park bench at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you simply write down what the people around you at 4 o'clock in the morning are saying to one another, and you'll have wonderful transgressive fiction. This particular scene takes place at 4 o'clock in the morning. The narrator of the novel has just finished having sex with a homeless man. It takes place in Riverside Park at 4 o'clock in the morning. The encounter is over. Sort of a black homeless man, a little older than he is. He's just about to, the narrator is just about to get up and leave when this man, whose name is, we'll call him Pops because that's his nickname, begins to talk. And Pops says, "I was just remembering," Pop said as I was about to get up and walk on, "about the first time I ever got my dick sucked in this old park here. Shit, it must have been 20, no more, like 30 years ago. Maybe it was even 35. I was on the bum then, too. It was the first time I come in here. I don't know why I'd never come in here before or why I could choose to come in here just then, but it was in the middle of the day, I remember, and I was sitting out on the sun on the benches in front of one of them baseball diamonds they got down the way a bit. Some white guys was out there playing a baseball game. Most of them was white anyway. And while I'm sitting there looking back at them over my shoulder every once in a while or just watching the river like now, this kid come up to me, little chink kid, 13, 14, slanty-eyed bastard, Chinese, I guess, or Japanese maybe. He come right over to me and he say, "Let me suck your dick." Just about like you done this afternoon, except he wasn't a nigger, he was a chink. So I say, "Okay, but where you gonna do it? I mean, them guys is playing baseball right back there." And you know what he tells me? He tells me, "That's all right, it don't make no difference. They come down here and play every week. They won't see nothing." And I say, "What you mean they won't see nothing? They're right there playing baseball." And this chink kid tells me, "Look, there are two kinds of people in the world. There's baseball players and there's cocksuckers. And the baseball players don't never even see the cocksuckers most of the time." Then he tells me, besides, he done already sucked off 4 of the guys on the baseball team already right where I'm sitting. And they wouldn't say nothing even if they did see. Pops chuckled. "Smart little son of a bitch." "So then what happened?" I asked. "What do you mean? Did you let the kids suck you?" "Yeah, I told them, go ahead." Pops pushed himself back against the bench. "That little slanty-eyed cocksucker was in between my knees, got a mouthful of my juice in about a New York minute. Man, could that kid suck dick. Back then, of course, I never did take very long." The memory seemed to tickle him. Of course, back then, too, sometimes I'd do crazy shit like that. I thought it was funny letting some chink suck my dick in broad daylight with everybody right out there in the park playing baseball. Guess I didn't know no better. But he was right. Nobody saw you or said anything. They was all baseball players. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.